Hey, I am currently working on the video right now. This is a little bit of a behind the scenes. I'm leading up here to going ahead and mentioning the last comment about John. This will be unspoilered. I'm not going to go through that. Please respect the boundaries of the person that I've spent a good chunk of this video slandering. Please. I swear to God, he's not as bad as I felt like he could have been. Okay, anyways, I wanted to show specifically how I make the scroll down segments. So this is the comment that we're planning on going ahead and reading, which means we have to scroll down here, and this is the post it's on. So in order to give credit to the post and all of the comments, what I've done here is I've taken a screenshot of each of these scrolling down. Now you'll see that they're not all exactly perfect. These are all manual screenshots, but what's important is that we have this left border here because this line needs to be consistent going all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and now that I have a folder with all of those screenshots in it, we need to clean up those screenshots. So I will go into Paint. Yes, I use Paint. I know it's not great. I use Paint. That's all I've got, baby. So we're going to copy paste, clean that up a little bit, and we're just going to save it. Easy peasy. We do the same for 2. There are 6 if you were not counting before. There's screen 2. We go over to screen 3. I don't care about the top here if it's not the first one. The first one needs that top layer here, but other than that, it does not matter. Screen 3. Screen 4. Looking good. Save. Screen 5. Yeah, good enough. And then screen 6. Cool. Okay. So now that we're also here, I might as well do the censoring that I've done for the rest of these. There we go. And we go ahead and save that again. Okay, cool. So we have all of the scrolls that we need. However, we need to go ahead and make sure everything's looking great. So how big is this canvas? We're going to have to make some crazy shit. So go ahead and make this down. Doesn't have to be transparent. That's fine. But we're going to go ahead and drag in number 2. Number 2 gets pretty close, but not that close. So we do need a transparent canvas, actually. I realized we do not need the vertical line, so the important part is cutting this somewhere where it's going to be easy enough to see where it overlaps. So here I've cut in the middle of the share, and there's 2 parts to this. You want to make sure this line is the same, and then you want to make sure all of this looks about right. It's not going to be seen for long. I'm going to say there. Looks correct to me. Yeah, there you go. So now we have one part of this. I'm going to go ahead and save this as hot new scroll, screen 1, edit 2. Just in case this crashes, I have Paint crash on me a lot, which makes sense why they're phasing it out. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and grab the next bit. People speculate is the last line here, so we're going to go ahead and cut that. Make sure we grab all the way to the bottom. Go ahead and zoom in again. Make sure that we are on the horizontal correct and try to line this up. I think that looks pretty good to me. I'm not seeing any... Ooh, those do look a little off. Okay. Okay, that looks good to me. So we're going to go ahead and save again, just in case. Screen 1, edit 3, because we've gotten 3 pieces now in. We go back, we grab screen 4. I'm going to move it down. Okay, so this is shifted quite a bit. We want... So this is... With all due respect... Okay, that's the same comment Northwind just commented on his own thing. We'll try this one. Now, you'll notice that this one is particularly cropped over to the side, so we're actually going off this edge. We don't need to worry about that. And you'll get to see why soon enough. But we're going to go ahead and... Oh, not that way. No, come on. Okay, so it looks like we actually got all of that circle. So maybe we're just doing this one. Yeah, that looks about good to me. So we're going to go ahead and save as, edit 4. I could use some music in the background of this, I think. We have screen 5 now. Make sure that's underneath and make sure all the important stuff is on screen. Just up and left is right here. So we could just cut in the middle of just up and left. I think that works pretty well. I don't remember being this far to the side. But, oh well. I think that looks perfect, actually. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Okay, and we're almost there. Screen 1, edit 5. We are going to need some more room. Nothing wrong with grabbing a little bit more room. Looks like this is the max height in Paint. Oops. It's fine. I'm going to assume binary explosion. We're going to have to try and line up the image there. And we'll just use the bottom here, save some space. We don't particularly need the comments under it, but I will need extra space, so make sure all of that looks lined up, and then we just need to slot this into place. I think that seems right. Perfect. We're gonna save that again, and we are almost done. Edit 6. Now, there's a few more things we need to clean up. Obviously, we have a lot of dead space. So first, we're going to crop the bottom. Yep, that looks good to me. We're going to go ahead and crop this side. Probably right before that line. We don't need that line there. And now we have stuff on the right. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and take the default background here and put this over here. But you'll notice there's some dark space on the edge, and that's because while you're up on the Reddit webpage, right, all of this stuff is here, and then it suddenly drops off. So we're just going to go ahead and make sure that we don't have any of that, which shouldn't cut off any comments, and then we're going to add some space back because I don't like how close it gets to the edge. We have selected the default background, and we're just going to fill that in. That looks pretty good. I think we could use a bit more room on the right. Hardest part is grabbing that. Okay, back over here. Let's color this in. All right, that looks about good. So now there's one last thing we need to do. Edit 7. Now that all this looks about right, my monitor is a 4K screen. So when I'm taking screenshots of things to put in my videos, it'll usually be at a higher resolution than I need for the video, which I export at 1080p. So because of that, I'm going to go to the canvas. We're going to hit lock aspect ratio and resize image with canvas, and we're going to reduce the width down to 1920. This scales everything down to be the perfect size for the video. So when you watch it and when I put it in Shotcut, I can just mess with the height and the width is perfect. That literally I'm just scrolling up and down this page. There's a couple other things that I'm going to do, like add some additional room at the bottom here, just so I can center this image and it's fine. So let's go ahead and just, whoa, I forgot. Okay, those ones, you get some room here. And we are gonna do 2 steps just to make sure it fits in. Fill in that blank, but then we need this going down just so it looks like there's more stuff down there, even though I've deleted the comments down there. So let's hit save as, edit 8. Okay, now there's one last thing we need to do, and I think I have enough room to do it with. If I open up Shotcut, you can see I have trimmed all my ends here, but we are going to make the background invisible, and every other part of this I want to go ahead and keep. So I'm going to export just this frame. We'll save it to Hot New Scroll folder. Okay, I think it's done. It usually finishes those real quickly. Just for funsies, let's go ahead and do 8, which is how tall the thing is currently, by 1080. This is how high I'm gonna want it to be. I'll drag that to the other screen, and I'll extend this up until I get to about where I want. I can't just type it in because it will add canvas to the left, or sorry, the top and bottom. I'm gonna need 2 more pixels. That is exactly the height we need. But yeah, if I just typed it in, it averages it between the thing. It tries to center the image, and that's not what we want here. So going over to the scroll, I'm going to take the screenshot. I'm going to just hold shift and drag it up here. Make sure that lines up with the corner. Boom. So this is the screen, and when I replace it, it'll look perfect. Final screen scroll. This sounds good to me. Right, close this. And let's see how this goes, huh? We're gonna turn on the background, excuse me. And I am going to trim all of these down to exactly what I want, because all of these are going to look like they're still there. It might not look like it now, but it is. So I'm going to drag this in. It looks like it's off because anything you put in Shotcut will get resized to fit within this, but all we need to do is type in this size here to 1920, and we just set the position to 0. And now, if you didn't know any better, this is exactly the same screen without messing up the scrolling background. And so if I just go ahead and start, just for example wise, show this, let's just say it's probably, I don't know, 8,000, oh, wrong direction, 8,000 up. Yeah, we're gonna need more time than that. It's a lot of screen. It's even longer. I'm gonna have to figure out exactly how I want to do this, but then you can go ahead and see exactly and the comment I want to specify on that I plan out on reading. So that's how I make these scroll things. I can go ahead and swap these to smooth for a bit of a smoother thing. I think it would be nice if I can fit even more time because I like how it, well, the smoothness of it. But that's how I make these scrolls here. That is the amount of effort required for a 10-second bit, maybe? It might be 10 seconds. But yeah, little sneak peek behind the scenes. This video. Oh god, this video. Alright, Pan Gaming, getting back to editing now.